Have you ever worked for an employer and you were asked to do more than what was expected? What did you do? Did you complete the extra work happily? Did you complete the work but grumble about it the whole time? Or did you simply say, "Hey, that's not my job," and walk away? You see, there are many times in life where we're asked to do more than is expected. As a general rule, I would encourage you to do the extra task and do it with a great attitude. Now, I said as a general rule, because there are exceptions to this activity. When things become a habit and they don't come with an increase in pay, you might want to reassess what you're doing and maybe have a chat with your boss. However, in most cases, the extra work will pay off, and often the task that you are asked to complete will require you to acquire a new talent. There are three currencies in life: money, talent, and time. Now, I've found that most people understand the money and the time currency, but they have a hard time quantifying the talent currency. So, let me give you an example. In 2008, I was selling cars, and in the course of a couple of weeks, our country was plunged into a great recession. Almost immediately, customers stopped coming in to buy vehicles. I had a large following of clients with whom I stayed in constant contact with, and even I was feeling the pain. I knew that in order for me to supply for my family, I was going to have to find a way to market myself outside of what the dealership was doing. Craigslist was still relatively new at the time, and it was free to post anything, but they only gave you 5 pictures. With the idle time that I had at the dealership, I went out to the used car lot and took 4 pictures of every vehicle. I posted the pictures on Craigslist with a great description of the car. My cell phone information was in there, and a section was in there letting the customers know why they should buy from me. Then the 5th picture was something unusual. It was a headshot of me with my cell phone number and my website. Then I added a link that said, "For more vehicles like this, click here." That link led the customer to my one-page website where I had 1 picture and a description of each car that I had listed on Craigslist. When the customer clicked on the picture, it would take them to the Craigslist ad so that they could have more information on the car. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this was a lot of work. And at the time, I didn't know how to take good pictures. I didn't know HTML coding, and I was not familiar with backlinking to a website. The other salespeople at the dealership laughed at me, and they sat around drinking their coffee, pointing fingers, and complaining about the economy. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know if this would work, but I had to try something. And frankly, it took my mind off the bad things that were going on around me, and it reduced my anxiety. Fast forward 2 months, and I had people coming in asking for me from these Craigslist ads, and my sales began to rise again. And in fact, they got back to that pre-recession time only 2 months later. At the time of all that extra work, I realized that it was painful and it was difficult. I had to update the listings as inventory sold, and I had to stay on top of my leads that came in from that. But in the end, I not only figured out a way to increase my sales, but I learned the talent of internet sales that I didn't have before. I had increased one of my currencies. As the years passed, the skills that I learned during that time helped me to save money on advertising, be able to speak intelligently to vendors that were trying to sell me products, and it gave me the confidence that I could learn to do things to affect my future in a positive way. So the next time you're at work and you're asked to do something that really isn't your job, instead of complaining and putting on a frowny face, think about how much further ahead you will be than your peers if you just choose to step outside of the box. The talent currency you acquire today will pay huge dividends in the future and be a key ingredient to you learning to level up.